Hi Kiwi, alright, we are back at another episode of Hades 1, and we're going to be doing a fun run today. We're taking Ruthless Reflex, and we are doing a dash-only run. But not just any dash-only run, we are going to be doing a 32 heat run. We are going to take 2 levels of hard labor, 2 levels of lasting consequences, maxing out convenience fee and jury summons, 3 levels of extreme measures, maxing out benefits package, middle management, underworld customs, forced overtime, hide and security, 1 level of damage control, and no levels of tight deadline, because we are taking the Zeus. We are taking the Zeus keepsake and going for the Zeus dash, which has a very slow start.
Lord Uncle Zeus.
How about, young man, we cease with all the trifling down there and cause a real storm for once? Take now the fiercest of my powers, and you show your no-good father what you're made of.
Sounds like he's offering us something nice, and it would be a cast, but you know what? A rare tier dash is about as good as we could have expected. It's only 5 damage off of the normal tier boon, but we need every ounce of damage we can get because this is going to be painful early. Our damage is going to be severely lacking. The thing about Zeus, though, is like with every other Zeus build, whether it's dash, attack, special, or otherwise, the more Zeus boons we get, the stronger we are. So look forward to where this run goes if I manage to clear it, and if I don't, well, I tried. Definitely taking Ruthless Reflex on this, the mirror benefit that I mentioned before, because it gives us a 50% dodge chance with a perfect dodge for 2 seconds. Yeah, the 50% damage upgrade is also really nice because, again, our base damage is 15, and that's our only source of damage until, most importantly, we get jolted. We're, of course, going to be looking for other boons like Zeus's Legendary, Double Strike are going to be our big breadwinners for this. High Voltage is okay because it'll increase our AoE. But really, the boon we care about most, objectively speaking, is Splitting Bolt, or the boon that casts Jolted, the Zeus Curse that makes enemies take damage every time they try to attack. Because even a base tier Jolted does about 60 damage. We get it upgraded in any capacity, and that's bumping up to 100 or 200 very easily. Going to lament the fact that I have taken a whole lot of damage already, just 2 rooms in, but forgive me if I'm just kind of like, when I dash across corners in those rooms, sometimes I just can't really calculate where I'm headed. Now, Chaos is being offered here, and that's kind of an interesting concept because there isn't a whole lot that Chaos offers us directly to improve our damage. Chaos doesn't really offer any dash-specific boons. What they do offer, though, is increased boon rarity. They offer HP up. Those would be the 2 things. Of course, they could give a Death Defiance, although I think that's fairly unlikely. I don't know the circumstances under which Chaos's legendary boon is spawned.
Perhaps once all this is over, my good kin, you might arrange twixt myself and the goddess Nyx some sort of chance to meet. Do think upon it, and declare to her...
My controller unplugged itself. 1 second. Okay, there we go.
If you please.
I love that, or maybe I don't love. I don't quite love the idea that Ares is just like super into Nyx. It seems a little creepy. We're gonna take the attack here because it literally doesn't matter. All we care about is our dash. Oh, I should set up some rules for how this run is going to work. The main source of our damage is going to be the dash. I'm not going to use attack. I'm not going to use special.
You chose to visit me again within these darkest reaches of the earth, as I in turn now choose to offer you the means to alter your reality.
And despite us taking Zeus... Ooh, what do I want here, actually? None of these are really exciting, but do I reroll for this? Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, 72 HP. Okay, so for the next 3 encounters, each time I use my cast, which I'm not going to use, I'll take 3 damage. But then I get 72 HP. That will be very helpful for our survivability. We're going to take the Darkness next because that will also just... Well, even if we are doing a challenge run, and meta progression is nice, 10 coins, or 10 obols from taking the gem room is okay, and probably more valuable for this sort of gimmick run. Since we want as much coin as we can to buy more Zeus boons if they're offered in the shop, but I'll live without it. It's only 10 coin, let's be honest. I'll stack up enough even if we are running convenience fee. Anyway, where was I? I've completely lost my train of thought in typical fashion. Aphrodite.
I can't.
Oh, I didn't. I brought the wrong Fated Persuasion instead of Fated Authority. Oops. I had planned to reroll rooms so I could force more Zeus boons, but oh well, I messed up. At least it didn't let me summon Boldy there by accident. Anyway, so dash is going to be our main source of damage. I am allowing myself to use my Chthonic Keepsakes because it's 5 charges, and well, here's a good reason why. My HP is getting low and I want to be able to heal. if you think that I can't do this without Sisyphus, you're welcome to, like, shout at me about that, but let's be honest. We're going to beat this game with Zeus's dash. If I can get through the early game, that's really all that matters, and Sisyphus is going to help us out a little bit in that front.
Let's see what mischief we can make between the two of us.
All right, Aphrodite. Aphrodite, what you got for us? Dying Lament or Wave of Despair. Probably take it's going to be either the Revenge Moon or this. Oh, this is actually a decently difficult choice for me. I think maybe Wave of Despair just because it gives us more damage in the early game. Yeah, let's do that. So when enemies die, they'll explode and do an AoE. Oh, excellent, another Zeus. Anyway, so the rules. Again, main source of damage is dash and dash only. I'm not going to use my attack, my special, my cast whatsoever. I'm not using my call either. What I am allowed to use is my Chthonic Keepsake to summon Boldy. I only get 5 charges, maybe 6 if I get another run of it from a Well of Charon. Oh wow, we got Vengeful Mood already, but this is also going to be one of my rules. No Vengeful Mood. I can take Vengeance Boons, but I cannot take Vengeful Mood. So we're going to go and take that lovely, lovely rare double strike, and we are being offered a trial between Zeus and Aphrodite. Now, I am notorious for taking far too much damage during trials. Oh my goodness, we got offered Splitting Bolt already. Oh, that's legendary. Well, pardon the pun, that wasn't intentional.
They say a lot of things about me, dearest, and they'll tell you in your dealings with me, ample caution is in order. Let me show you why.
Okay, that just massively increased our base AoE damage. I honestly still might argue that Jolted is better for like individual single target damage, and we're gonna feel the lack of damage in the boss, I imagine. But ooh, oh no, ooh, that's a lot of damage. I am so prone to getting hit by Aphrodite's little heart because it does telegraph where it is going to spawn, but I, for the life of me, cannot see it when I'm so focused on dodging everything else. And for some reason, a very obvious glowing pinkish purple heart flying at me. I'm very prone to getting hit by it.
Barely made it.
Love and jealousy go hand in hand, don't they, dearest? Although the former is much more pleasant, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, different league. Okay, that'll work. That's 10% less damage that we'd be taking from enemies. A Nectar will give us an extra level. Hopefully it hits the dash. Realistically speaking, it probably won't. But honestly, if it hits Double Strike, that's also pretty big for us. So, like I said, Double Strike, I mean, it basically doubles our damage when it activates. Granted, it's only got a 35% chance of activation, but every palm level on that is bringing it closer to 100%. If we can get it to like at least 50, I think we're golden. Golden with the electricity for sure. But yeah, so those are going to be the main rules. Can use my Chthonic Keepsake, can use Vengeance Boons, but not Vengeful Mood, because that just kind of makes it easy. Vengeful Mood is so good for a dash-only run, because it just makes you have consistent damage outside of just your dash. And I want this to at least have some semblance of a real challenge. The only reason why it would have been worth taking Vengeful Mood there if Double Strike hadn't been offered, or any boon that we particularly wanted wasn't offered, was to sell it. Because we don't really, I guess we technically have one Vengeance Boon. You know what? That means, oops, I think I took the wrong boon from Aphrodite. I had meant to take the one that makes enemies explode and cast weak on neighboring enemies, but I must have taken her Vengeance Boon by accident. Oh well. It's fine. Honestly, Vengeance Boons aren't a bad option here. Even if I do have a 50% dodge chance from Ruthless Reflex, I'm going to be getting hit a lot. I had done a trial run of this actually on the treadmill on a separate save file to see how it would work, and I did not get a lucky early Splitting Bolt. I didn't get anything tier 2 or otherwise from Zeus until I think Elysium, which made it extremely painful. But I did prove to myself that I can do 32 heat with a dash only run on the treadmill, which was pretty funny. I recorded it, but I'm not gonna upload it because I mean we've got this run, right? I want to have actual commentary. I'm not one for, if I can avoid it, uploading videos without commentary. That said, though, if maybe one day I'll do a treadmill stream or something, and I can just be on the treadmill doing dash only runs just for the shits and giggles that they bring.
Delicious.
But I forget where okay, you know what? Yeah, 10% more on Double Strike. That sounds great. It's a consideration between 6 more base damage on the dash versus effectively double damage if we get it to activate Poseidon. Do I want Poseidon on this build? I feel like the answer is no, and the palm is way more worth it. Double Strike, yeah. Okay, so we're over 50% chance on Double Strike now. We'll take that HP so I have a better chance of surviving against Meg. Well said, Charon, as always. Alright, so we've got Splitting Bolt, we've got Double Strike.
Hello, Fury Sisters.
We really need Jolted.
He's ready. Let's see what you're made of, trash god. Come on.
After that, there aren't really a whole lot of ways that we can boost our damage. I could make an argument for considering Demeter, because Demeter can offer, what is it? Chilling... Cold Fusion, that's what it's called. Cold Fusion. So Cold Fusion makes it so our Jolted effects don't wear off on enemies after they attack, so they just can consistently keep getting Jolted damage. I don't think we prioritize Demeter if we don't need to, but I do think she is a reasonable option to consider here. Not to mention, I guess she could give us Rare Crop if we took her, and if that hits any of our core boons, of the ones that we're looking to, like, really... Oh dear, stop hitting me, please. Oh my goodness. Those near misses matter so much, because that 50% dodge chance is huge. Alright, but there we go. First floor cleared, and it only took 6.5 minutes. Not as slow as I had expected. Granted, we did get a, like, instant double strike and
Your progress has been duly noted.
and Splitting Bolt. Like, I mean... Okay, I guess what boons do I want to sell here? Probably Wave of Despair is the only option that I'd be willing to part with, because everything else is super important. I think, let's go maybe Artemis or Athena, I think would make sense here. Athena, we could get her legendary boon, and that would keep us alive. We would need at least 3 boons from her if we did that. Yeah, let's see if we can set ourselves up for at least, if not...
That's one less boon.
If not... nothing from the shop I want here.
Heading up.
Even if we don't get Athena's legendary, she does set us up for some really important things. We take 1 core boon from her. Worst case scenario, we sell that. Best case scenario, it sets us up for one of 2 things. Either
Now we're getting somewhere.
a Death Defiance restore. She has 2 boons that give you an extra Death Defiance. Alternatively, she gives you Blinding Flash, which is her curse boon. I don't really care about it in any capacity because we don't have any means of really deflecting enemy attacks other than her Vengeance boon. But more importantly, having that boon sets us up for her legendary, which gives us a regenerating 1 damage blocking shield every 20 seconds, which doesn't sound so great on paper against enemies that maybe do rapid hits. They rapid hit you for like 1 damage each, like the Void Stones, for example, in Tartarus, or the Snake Stones and Styx. I guess they're not Void Stones. Void Stones are the Elysium Stone enemies, but you get the point. The rapid hitting single, like, minimal damage. All right, Double Strike or Thunder Dash now. I guess we go Thunder Dash. Let's up that base damage a little bit. We're starting to get diminishing returns on Double Strike. Give me this pot. There we go. And we'll take the key here for extra rerolls. Anyway, oh gosh, I've lost my train of thought again. I am so easily distracted, and it's frustrating. I am very tired, Kiwi. Forgive me. Goodness, what was it I wanted to say? I have completely, like, my brain reset. Okay, Athena, right. So her legendary, like, it doesn't sound good on paper against, like, low damage multi-hitted enemies, but consider it against Hades, who's hitting you for 40 to 80 damage if you got hit by Boiling Blood. I mean, if you've gotten hit by Boiling Blood, obviously you're not blocking the next hit unless Boiling Blood somehow lasts for 20 seconds, which it most certainly does not. But the point remains, Hades on higher heats does so much damage. I mean, even at base heat, he does so much damage. Ooh, we are close to losing a Death Defiance here. Those mirror misses, though, you can see them popping up nonstop. We take the HP here just to survive. The hammers literally make no difference to this run because there's nothing we can gain from a hammer that benefits our dash. Anyway, what was I saying? So, yeah, so Athena, for a build like this, is extremely valuable just for a defensive perspective. She will keep us alive through this run. Artemis, on the other hand, though, is a very appealing option because she gives us crit chance. Pressure points will make it so that our dash attacks and any of our secondary damage, like Jolted, like Splitting Bolt, making our dash attack happen second, or sorry, a Double Strike, which would make our dash attack happen a second time. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of projectiles. Oh my goodness, Kiwi, honestly, witches are terrifying at higher heats, especially if Forced Overtime and Middleman and Benefits package active. They can get really scary really fast. Anyway, all right, we didn't lose a Death Defiance, believe it or not. There's Athena. Now, this is a higher tier Athena, so I'll take this, although unlikely is she going to give us any boon that we immediately want. Ooh, I don't look forward to fighting the giant Void Stone here. I feel like this is going to be a problem, but Sisyphus will help a little bit, right? Give us a nice, friendly drop-in from Boldy, right? Make sure I drop the shield before I drop Boldy. Oh, I thought I was going to move out of the way of that for a second. All right, that HP will keep us alive, hopefully. Okay, you know, our damage isn't too bad, although I guess a good half of that armor was pierced by the boulder. Anyway, so Artemis. Most importantly, our 2 boons. Artemis offers us 2 boons that really matter for this run. Or pressure points. Pressure points gives us base crit chance on all of our damage sources. Doesn't matter what it is, it has a chance to crit now. Hunter's Mark after that. Pure pressure unlocks the ability to get Hunter's Mark.
Goddess Athena.
My support alone is not enough to see you through this, Zagreus, but it certainly shall help.
All right, Athena, what have you got for us? I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe I just take the attack to sell, although her aid is fun. Let's see what sets us up for her legendary. Or, sorry, her more importantly, her revival boon. So Athena's aid does not actually unlock access to the revive. So yeah, we'll take that higher tier attack. Again, best case scenario, we keep it and unlock and get those Death Defiance replenishments. Worst case scenario, we sell it for a reasonable amount of money. That will then hopefully let us buy something to replace it later on in Styx. Anyway, so Hunter's Mark is going to be a huge damage up if we can get it. It's probably the best boon that Artemis can offer us, even in comparison to peer pressure. What do I want to call it? Peer pressure? Pressure points. Granted, pressure points, we need pressure points to even have a chance of activating Hunter's Mark, but think about it. Hunter's Mark, once we crit an enemy, a mark is placed on an enemy that gives us a chance to crit on them. We take that chance crit plus the chance crit of pressure points, and now we've got whatever chance to crit on that enemy it is, which is going to be like at least 40% between the 2 boons, probably. And once we crit that enemy, Hunter's Mark gets put on a new enemy. What that means for us is ultimately we get a huge boost to our AoE damage, because we get 1 Hunter's Mark to activate, and it's just bouncing between enemies for the rest of the room pretty much. And that means a lot in terms of our overall DPS potential. I am living on a prayer. Those Gorgon heads are surprisingly terrifying for a dash-only run. I get hit by one of them. Ooh, Eurydice or Ares. I think Eurydice probably. What can I hit? Attack. All right, we've got a couple boons that we really don't want to hit with Eurydice's rarity upgrade. So here's the question. Do I roll for the chance that it hits double strike or hits the dash, or do I take Refreshing Nectar and hope for...
Don't mind Orphe here, hun. Can't snap him out of it once he gets singing.
For a high tier Hermes boon, I think I probably take Refreshing Nectar. Ambrosia Delight's more fun, but I think the next 3 boons we take have increased rarity. Just, again, if this can set us up for rush delivery, that's the other big damage boost. So again, pressure points, Hunter's Mark, static discharge from Zeus, and then the Hermes boom's greater haste, or even hyper sprint, because all of our we're going to be, if our dash damage is all of our damage, dashing
That's a bite.
will always have us in the state of hyper sprint pretty much. So oh, here's Hermes. Excellent. All right, let's take that Hermes boon and see what we get.
Here's the fee.
Hyper sprint. Oh, so there we go. So I was talking about hyper sprint, although greatest reflex is I forgot about greatest reflex. Oh, okay, you know what? Forget greater haste hyper dash, or what is it? We'll take the special here to sell. I completely forgot that Hermes gives dashes, and since our dash only run kind of needs dashes to deal damage in the first place,
Anybody from attempting to leave Asphodel of late, Bernie?
we'll take that. Although I will say that epic tier hyper sprint was pretty convincing. Look at our damage. We don't even have jolted yet, and that's oopsie. This is what our damage is. Okay, this is going well. I would say overall our single target damage is up there. That early splitting bolt really mattered, and getting a whole bunch of getting a 50% double strike is not bad either. I do have to be a little bit more mindful though, because I have lost a Jet Defiance. Athena could potentially refund us one, and we always have the chance of seeing Patroclus later on in Elysium. But I shouldn't bank on them. I should probably do my best to keep myself alive. But I mean, we're doing sizable chunks. I think this is doing more damage than some of my like normal runs have done, honestly, which is pretty great. Pretty darn great. Not gonna complain about that too much. Not too much. Would love to see that jolted boon though. Anyway, but I guess I was gonna say Hermes dashes. I guess I forgot those, but dashes from Hermes, hyper sprint or greater haste to give us movement speed followed by rush delivery. would be our single greatest damage ups. So there is a chance we still see Rush Delivery because we can get up to 3 Hermes boons in a run. It really depends on our sticks RNG if Hermes is offered in the shop there or not. I need to be very careful about these chin slams that Lerny does. I'm very prone to jumping into them and then getting clipped and taking too much damage. But there we go.
Hydra heads were never meant to fly.
Asphodel cleared. Asphodel cleared with a dash-only Zeus run. So far, so good.
King Theseus is eager to see.
I think we definitely set ourselves up for Artemis next, or maybe the Palm Blossom to try and hit some things. Could also argue for the Coin Purse. All right, what do I want to take? I mean, I have enough damage. I just need Zeus at this point. Skull Earring's worth considering too if I get low, I guess. That would really up our damage. I don't think it's worth it just to give up survivability, so maybe Palm Blossom just get some extra levels. Or, I don't know. I could argue the Lambent Plume as well, because, again, that would set us up for Hermes' Legendary Boon, which yeah, let's go for the damage. That's more fun. Alright, we sell the special as I expected, just for the money. Nothing from the shop I want. On to the next floor, though. Okay. We're halfway there, Kiwi. Granted, yes. I think Elysium is going to be by far the hardest biome to defeat, or region to defeat, after Tartarus. I think Tartarus is really like the gatekeeper to this run. So if you don't get good RNG, it just makes the run really hard. Like I said, I didn't really get any major Zeus boons in my treadmill attempt until Elysium, and it was painful. Asphodel was painfully slow for what Asphodel usually is. And I mean, Tartarus is a slog when you don't have good damage. But I think in terms of damage, were you hiding in the corner, sir? I didn't see you. In terms of overall damage, I don't think we're that lacking. This certainly feels stronger and safer somehow than most of my sword runs. But that might just be me being terrible at the sword. But like, look at that. We do like one string of dashes through these enemies, and they are in their Revenant phase. Oopsie. Well, at least we have Skull Earring active now, so that ups my damage 40%. I don't know. Like, getting Artemis here would have been good, but you know what? Oh, you know what I didn't think about? We probably already have our 4 gods.
Oh, what's gotten into all those lifeless wretches that you're always fighting with down there? They're really moving lately. Whatever's made them go all out, it wasn't me.
It's forced overtime, my bud. All right, what have we got? Greater Haste or Hyper Sprint. I probably take Hyper Sprint, yeah. I take Hyper Sprint because it'll give me 30% damage reduction, and since I'm already dashing nonstop, that damage reduction is going to be relevant. And it still sets us up for Rush Delivery at the end of the day. So better survivability, still gets the movement speed buff, and it's a pretty hefty movement speed buff, and since I'm always dashing, it's gonna always be active for when my damage is coming out. So Hyper Sprint for a dash-only run is objectively better than Greater Haste for setting up for Rush Delivery, I would say. Thinking on it for sure. So really the question is, do we see Rush Delivery in sticks? Because there is a reasonable chance that we do. It would be really sad to see an anvil, but I don't know if anvils can be offered if I haven't taken any hammers. That's actually an interesting thought. I should kind of look that up. I'm curious. All right, what are we gonna palm? Thunder Dash, Double Strike. I don't know. It's like they both have diminishing returns, and I don't know what benefits us more. One literally doubles our damage, but only has a roughly 60% chance to activate. We'll take Double Strike though, because I mean, at this point, I don't think it terribly matters. I guess maybe Double Strike is worth it because does it activate Splitting Bolt a second time? I don't know what the internal cooldown on Splitting Bolt is like, and it's hard to tell, frankly. I think Splitting Bolt might get activated by Double Strike, in which case that gives us Double Strike is objectively the best option. Oh, right. So I was going to say, why didn't I take Artemis? I kind of just realized we already have our 4 gods. We have Zeus, Ares, Aphrodite, and Athena. I chose to prioritize Athena over Artemis initially because, I mean, the sooner you set up to potentially get Athena's life-saving boons, the better. As you can see, I'm still super prone to taking damage, but at least we have Skull Earring activated, which, even if I'm low, it's one of those, like, a good offense is the best defense is a good offense sort of thing, where I'm, if I kill them faster than they kill me, they can't kill me, right? Right? That's how that works, right? All right, another room done. Some coin that'll let us afford something in the shop, God boon wise. Oh, hello, Zeus. Will you give us your delicious, wonderful, most ecstatic? What am I? Give me static discharge, please, Zeus. Here, have a boldy. All right.
Okay, goodbye.
I have to say, I hate butterfly balls in the dash only runs because the butterflies don't really get cleared by your dash unless you dash into them, and to dash into them, you are going to take damage from them. So, all things considered, though, we melted that butterfly ball, the giant soul catcher, if you will. Let's be honest, they're still butterfly balls. Even if they're called soul catchers, they're butterfly balls. They are balls that spawn butterflies. All right, Zeus, come on, splitting bolt. Oh, but Zeus's aid, ooh. Zeus's aid could be real. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I can't use Zeus's aid. All right, let's reroll.
Any other boons for me?
And I guess we're taking high voltage because Zeus is like, nope, none of that for you. We'll go ahead and take Patroclus. We'll get a Death Defiance refund here. Although I could argue for Hydrolite Gold to take the HP.
Be careful with my brethren out there, stranger.
With the notion that we may see Artemis give, or Athena later to give us. I don't know. I guess I'll go for the Death Defiance. It just seems more reliable. Do I take a trial here? I don't think I do. The Death Defiance refund from Athena would have been worth considering it there, but if I lose a Death Defiance to get a Death Defiance, is it really worth it? Yeah, the trial would set me up for some more boons that I could potentially sell, and Aphrodite, I guess, has some more boons that could potentially keep us alive. Life Affirmation being the main one to increase the amount of HP we gain from Centaur Hearts and things of that nature. But I think, honestly, it's just easier and safer if we don't risk it. This is a 32 heat run, and I'm giving up a lot of primary damage sources in favor of just dashing about. So I think it's better to just be conservative and safe. At this point, aside from Jolted, we have most of what we need. I mean, yeah, it's not our maximum damage, but we're making short work. I have had much slower runs than this one, where I had access to my full kit. All right, what do we get from this Infernal Trove? Darkness, probably not worth it. I'm not using tight deadline, so I really could do it, but the risk of taking damage isn't worth it. Because there is no guarantee that we see Athena at any point in the rest of this run, and if we don't, well, there goes our chance of getting a Death Defiance back, and I don't know how I'm going to perform against Hades. I'd rather go into Hades with as many resources in my favor as possible, which is why, Hermes, I really do hope you show up in Styx and grant us that wonderful, wonderful rush delivery. Because even a base tier rush delivery is a 50% damage bonus, right? And consider that with a hyper sprint that I think boosts our movement speed by 100%. So that would be a guaranteed and very reliable 50% damage boost for all of our damage while we're in those, like, that 0.7 seconds of being in a dash. Which isn't a long period of time, but all of our damage is pretty instantaneous except for Jolted when we get it. If we get it at this point, let's be honest. Zeus, I do end up kind of liking high voltage. This is a pretty sizable AoE increase, which means it means I think each individual dash now is hitting everyone more reliably, even if they're not super stacked up, which is pretty nice. Makes it a lot easier to just dash through a swath of enemies and dash out with my last couple dashes, but still get most of my damage in regardless. And then when I feel like I want to just hardcore focus DPS, I just dash forward, back and forth over them. All right, we get rid of these butterfly balls first because they are the bigger pain. Oh, great. Never mind. I guess we have to kill the void stones because of course they would spawn void stones. They heard my complaints. Oh my goodness, these butterfly balls. You know what? I'm dropping a boldy for HP. All right, here we go. I'm still in. It looks like Skull Earring is still active. I forget the HP cutoff. Is it below 40%? The HP bar doesn't go flashing red until 30%. Yep, the Thunder Dash is the only option we have here, so we take it. The shop or the hammer, the shop always, because again, we do not need hammers on this run. Sing it with me, everyone. Probably take the palm here. That'll definitely give us a direct damage up. Either on the... Okay, we got another 3% on double strike or 3 damage. I think we kind of rationalized that double strike is probably the best choice. Let's grab this. What do we got? Holy Shield, okay. So, Holy Shield isn't super strong, but it does give us a very brief moment of invulnerability, so we can't get, like, comboed with attacks.
Hey everyone, I'm back.
Let us destroy him quickly, King. Or perhaps slowly.
I would prefer me being quick here. I think Holy Shield is really valuable here because I am prone to getting hit by multiple things in short order if I'm going to get hit. And so, like, for example, all the tiny rats in Styx. Whatever you say, Theseus. Okay, I almost dashed into that. Thankfully, that, again, the 50% dodge chance is saving my arse more than it's hurt. Well, I definitely think, like, the sacrificing a little bit of extra damage in the early game is absolutely worth the 50% extra damage and the dodge chance Ruthless Reflex gives if you can use it reliably. That's a big if. Oh my goodness, Bull, calm down. All right, we're already halfway done with the Bull. That's kind of wild. I do feel like compared to learning, our damage is a little bit overall less. Might just be because I can't really reliably sit next to these guys without risking a ton of damage, so I'm like giving up 3, at least, ooh, that was 41 damage. I'm giving up at least 2 to 3/5 of my damage right now to focus on not getting hit. That's probably the real reason. I bet I'll melt Theseus in a second. Alright, GG no re on the Bull. Here we go. Alright, let's see if I can just like huggle Theseus, stop running at the exact same speed as my dash. Alright, it's okay. I still think our damage has fallen off a little bit, but it's easier when you're focusing on one target and don't have to dodge multiples. Alright, Theseus, drop that shield and get zapped. Yeah, it's decent. I think we really need jolted. I think we get splitting bolt or static discharge, and we get static discharge, and I will be ecstatic. Ha 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 ha. That was bad. I know. Boo, boo, Jeff, boo. All right, let's go say hi to our good Shade before we leave.
Thank you for your support, my Shade.
Thank you as always for your support, my Shade. All right. Oh, only sticks left, and honestly, making decent time. Averaging about 7 minutes of floor, 6 to 7 minutes, so not... Oh. My controller got unplugged again. I guess that's why it paused. Alright, I have gotten a different controller to play with. My Stadia controller that I got from Kiwi is... its USB-C slot is having some trouble. Alright, we sell the attack as planned from before, which does mean that we won't really easily be able to see Athena offering us any replenishment of Death Defiances, so I have to be mindful of that. But conveniently, we currently don't need more Death Defiances. I would like to see my health a little bit higher, but we have 95 HP. Maybe we get lucky and see Zeus here. Something tells me he's not going to want to show up for us. It's okay, there's Athena, so we could get another chance at her.
I think I see a fish.
Well, fish first. But we do get another... Well, we can potentially get another chance at having some sort of option for her legendary or option for... Actually, no, her legendary is definitely off the table. Because we need 3 boons from Athena to get access to her legendary. But 2 boons from Athena sets us up for... We have no Athena, but we got Zeus. Okay, let's go for the Zeus room first. So basically, Athena doesn't offer us anything major. It basically is a boon to sell at best at this point. Or maybe reduce damage from traps. That's sure footing, I think it's called. That's about it. That's about all we could expect to gain from Athena that would have a direct benefit to our run at this point. I guess technically we do have her Vengeance Boon, which because it reflects projectiles may allow us to get Blinding Flash, but it's still too late for any real benefit from that. And how reliably are we going to be using that against Hades? There's almost 0 chance that we use it reliably against Hades, because the only thing we could reflect is his Bloodstone, his little boiling blood afflicting projectile, and I'd have to get hit first, and then he would have to use that attack very quickly thereafter. And the Hades attacks, even with forced overtime, aren't super fast. Not fast enough for them to get like stacked on Holy Shield. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I am so thankful. Like again, unquestionably, Ruthless Reflex was the way to go for this build. Oh boy. Okay. I know I said I'm trying not to lose a Death Defiance, but if I said that I'm not doing a good job of convincing myself about that statement, would you believe me? Somehow I do think we melted the bomb spawner, so I guess we still have very good damage. Alright, Zeus. Zeus, come on. Please, give us Jolted. Jolted is like the one thing we need to make this run truly just pop off and be complete. That's all we need at this point.
Zeus.
What do we get? Static Discharge. 90 base damage on Jolted. Not bad at all. And we have some palms to purchase in a little bit that will likely give us even more damage. I think coin or HP.
What's on offer here?
I'm sad because we did not get offered a Hermes boon. We could have had that Rush Delivery Dream. Sadly, we don't get it. I am enjoying high voltage here, if nothing else. We are just like dashing through and these rats get popped before they even have a chance to hit me. Quite nice indeed. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and pop these rats. I don't mind, honestly, I don't mind the tiny rats when I have a good AoE build. It's the like slow attack, close range builds that really hurt. Like, oof, if you're running an attack or special build with Arthur, It's just so slow. Those rats get an attack in on you every chance they can. What I will say, though, is these poison pools are the bane of my existence, because to hit the rats, I have to dash next to them. The rats spawn in AoE poison on the ground, and that means that I have to, like... As long as I maintain my dash and don't end on it, it's okay. Could take Eye of Lamia here. Yeah, let's take it. I don't think there's anything else I want from the shop, though. A little bit of chance for HP. Oh, well, I guess it's completely useless then. Wasted my money. Oh, well. Hopefully we can still afford things from the shop. Question is, do I do an extra room for, say, some coin to buy those palms? All right, let's see what this palm hits. Excellent, it hits static discharge. 126 damage. I guess we'll just take the Athena boon.
Hate to be ungrateful here.
Brilliant repost, sure. Okay, so we deal 178%.
Cerberus directs all three of its attentions toward the satyr sack.
We deal 178% more damage from any projectile we reflect. As previously stated, this sort of boon is completely useless in this build. Yeah, there may be a very small chance we can benefit from it with Holy Shield randomly or activating when we get hit. The odds of that reliably working in our favor and actually benefiting from Brilliant Repost
take care of, then.
is basically zero.
Again, you draw me from all my responsibilities back at the house.
But you know what, Kiwi? I'm feeling pretty good going into this. We didn't need to switch out Skull Earring, and that has been really fun to run on this. Like, I'm gonna get dropped into the red almost guaranteed. There's no way I'm dodging every single hit from Hades. But look at our damage go. Like, we already had good damage. You saw how slow our damage was on the heroes. But I know Hades' patterns. I can easily just spam dash on top of him. When he spawns his little minions in, that's a bit of a problem, but they are going to get popped instantly the second they try to attack because jolted damage is just insane. Now again, we aren't at our full damage potential. Like, if I had gone not the route of defenses with defensive options with Athena, I would have probably taken Artemis, and we would be critting, and then we would be bouncing Hunter's marks. Like, hands down, Artemis is the best option. Also getting Rush Delivery and maximum dashes from Hermes, which would be 3, for a total of 6 dashes with Ruthless Reflex. But, like, Hades can barely touch us. And there's phase 1. I don't even have to worry about Death Defiances here. I am stacked.
Let's see you deal with this.
Let's see you deal with this, Hades. You keep attacking me, I keep getting near misses, and that boosts my damage by 50%. And now I'm in the red, so Skull Earring is activated, so that's another 40% damage. And where did your HP bar go? You're already halfway dead. Yeah, this isn't my fastest Hades, and I know that, but, like, look at this. We have him on forced overtime, and I am still just melting his HP. Oh boy. Well, he can still melt mine too, but there we go. 32 heat dash only runs Zeus dash.
What shall it take for you to
with a 23-minute clear?
Win, boy.
Let's round up 24-minute, a very slow Tartarus. Actually, well, not the slowest, but pretty damn great.
I did it.
All right. I mean, let's be honest. That splitting bolt was huge. That early splitting bolt carried the run. And I may as well honor Boldy at this point too, I think. Nah, I mean, he's always there. We know he's in our heart. Probably double strike, I think. Or no, we already have that. What is it? Greatest Reflex. Yeah, there we go. Greatest Reflex for sure. I think that about sums it up. 5 dashes, 50% damage boost, 60% double strike, 33 base damage on the dash, 2 extra dashes, splitting bolt. Oh my god, splitting bolt. We are up to a 70 win streak, and we're over 100 clears. That's pretty awesome. But now we officially have 32 heat cleared on every weapon.
The Underworld Prince is getting rather good at this, but let us say he perished anyhow.
I appreciate that the narrator thinks we're getting good at this too, because I mean, this run, I mean, again, the treadmill run that I did off camera was rough. We only got tier 2 Zeus boons in Elysium onwards, and
just keeping watch over the pull of sticks there, same as always.
We did not get what we got here.
Let your instincts take over while you're out there.
I mean, my instinct was just to hold dash, and it worked.
We have to say farewell again for now, my son. Olympus calls. But I'll be back, all right?
All right, see you when you get back, Dread Queen of the Underworld.
The triple-headed monster Cerberus is dutifully sitting there as ever.
Take care. Your recent efforts have proved useful to this place.
Cerberus's duties are so important. Let's give him some
Like it when
pets.
I pet your other heads, huh? No.
All of our cats are excellent at that duty too. They are great at sitting in a place, staring at us, and looming from above, judging us silently. Or very vocally sometimes too.
Hi. Hypno's give you any good pointers lately?
He told me to take naps in any location I can find.
I have been so busy lately, Prince. The same as you.
Yeah, sure. I've been very busy. Oh, hey.
The board.
Congrats, Dusa. I don't think we've ever seen her on the board before. Guess we have to get through that story. All right, yeah, we'll take the gemstones here. And let's trade in our fish. Say goodnight to the Mommy of Darkness. Why did I call Nyx the Mommy of Darkness? Oh gosh. I don't like how thirsty Ares is for Nyx right now.
Me, Nyx. Or rather, help yourself. Lord Ares seeks for me to put the two of you in contact. I mean, I don't know why I'm getting so defensive here now that I think on it.
I would be defensive. Ares seems kind of creepy.
Do not concern yourself with my ability to navigate my interpersonal relationships, my child. It pleases me Lord Ares told you this. Those of Olympus rarely say such things to any of us here.
I hear from them rather a lot myself.
That we do. All right, I guess maybe creepy isn't the right word, but Ares is definitely, he's our edgelord friend, and I think he's fanboying over Nyx maybe a little bit too hard. I'm gonna turn off Ruthless Reflex before I forget for the next run. So let's see what we're headed to next. What have we got on the table here? All right, the rail. Okay. What am I gonna run on the rail? Maybe Lucifer. I'm kind of feeling Lucifer, but we'll see when I get the next run going.
Give me your best shot. It's my job.
But there we go, Kiwi. 32 heat beaten on a dash-only run. I think with all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching. And if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. So one little bonus clip, since technically we just beat every weapon with 32 heat after that last run, let's go ahead and unveil these heat rewards. So 16 heat completion.
Oh, have I got something for you, boyo?
Finally did it. What do I get?
Beautiful.
Another Skelly statue. Why am I not surprised?
Phenomenal. Beautiful.
Pal, you are a discerning individual.
Skelly, let me ask you something. Did you really commission 3 nearly identical statues of yourself to goad me into using the Pact of Punishment?
I am offended, pal. You haven't even seen the third one yet, so how can you insinuate a thing like that? Maybe I was wrong about you. I thought you really were the one.
I am the one. I love these statues. They're beautiful.
You're only saying that to get me to apologize and try and unlock the last of your 3 identical statues, aren't you?
How could you? I would return those statues for a full refund right here and now if I could move. And if there was a refund policy on them.
I guess they're stuck here then, just like we are.
All right, let's see our final statue.
This one then.
Skelly's Last Lamentations earned.
Are you serious?
What do you mean?
Oh no.
Oh, here we
I
go.
have a feeling I know what this is. It's another statue of you, Skelly.
Beautiful. Look at that.
It's amazing.
What? You really mean that, pal? Look, I'm sorry I messed up your statues, boyo. Really. When I saw them, I just kind of freaked. But then I figured there's no way he's gonna see how they turn out, so I just roll with it, you know?
Oh, Skelly, you didn't know at all. We have proven that 32 heat is no consequence for us.
You shouldn't have underestimated me, mate. But I shouldn't have said such awful things about your statues. You must have really gone out of your way to get them here.
Oh, you better believe it, pal. So how about we call it even? We've been through a lot. Both of us. Really learned from this experience, and now we share a deeper understanding, yeah?
That we do, Skelly, that we do.
We certainly have, mate. And we certainly do.
Statue erected, victory, thy name is Skelly.
I think it speaks to how our pride can be our downfall.
Isn't that the truth, man? All right, Kiwi. I'll see you in the next one.